There is nothing more powerful than a great idea. In business, ideas can generate fortunes, redefine an industry, and even help uplift the economy. Big dreams often start with a small business and grow from a concept into a company that supports employees and builds the local economic community. During the recent recession, seed money to fuel new ideas and small businesses has often been very difficult to find, and many entrepreneurs have been forced to sit on the sidelines even though their idea could be an enormous success. In these tough economic times, big banks have spurned small business. However, community banks realize these entrepreneurs are the backbone of this nation and our economy. Community banks like Pikes Peak National Bank in Colorado Springs realize that they are an essential part of the small business community. As a small business themselves, they have focused on customers with gross revenues of $2 million or below and reached out to entrepreneurs with a support system and education to help them succeed.
They have the same challenges, they have the same needs, and they understand what small businesses need because they have those same things. So they're trying very hard to meet the challenges and needs of small businesses going off of their perspective and also going off the perspective of dealing with a wide range of business customers, past and present.
At Pikes Peak National Bank, entrepreneurs are welcomed in and the bankers work hand in hand not only to fund the business, but to help it succeed and grow.
Pikes Peak Bank is more than just a facility that loans money. They actually take a personal interest in us and see what our needs are and try and develop a need that is personally fits us, and it's not just something that is one of their 5 plans to offer. They come in and develop something from scratch to meet our needs.
Entrepreneurs often run into many unforeseen business issues that come with the day-to-day details of translating their concept into an actual business. Challenges like managing cash flow, making payroll on time, financing equipment and inventory can often be daunting. With Pikes Peak, business owners are not left alone to fend for themselves.
I had learned of Pikes Peak National Bank after I had gone to a bigger bank that I had been a customer of for over 20 years. They had all my accounts, everything I thought was great between us, and we had a good relationship. However, when I went in and applied for the loan, before I was even given my loan application, I spoke to the loan officer, and he asked me questions that I didn't fit their formula for who they would give a loan to. So I walked out. I was a little crushed and decided to go talk to a friend of mine who said Pikes Peak National Bank believes in small businesses and dreams and helping people achieve those goals. So I called Darlene, my banker, who now is my banker, set up an appointment, and we sat down and talked, and they have been instrumental in me getting my business, getting it running, and then being a constant support.
Pikes Peak National Bank is fielding more small business loan requests than last year, and the more optimistic mood is encouraging many businesses that have been waiting to step out and take some risks. In El Paso County, Colorado, there has been a nearly 50% increase in SBA loans to small businesses since last year, and this has made a major impact on the local community.
I think the confidence of business owners is improving, certainly. I think a lot of them have either waited on the sidelines while they've awaited the recession to end, or they've really just been struggling during the recession and have had to try and make some changes to their expenses and changes to their business models. But things are getting better now, and I think we're seeing a lot of activity out there in the business community and a lot of loan activity. So I would say that confidence is good for community banks, certainly, but and banking in general.
Pikes Peak National Bank was originally started in 1957 as the Pikes Peak Bank of Commerce. It had $400,000 in capital and 326 shareholders. Over the years, it has been the only one of 10 Colorado Springs community banks to survive. The current president, Robin Roberts, is an outspoken advocate for small business, and her weekly radio show, the Saturday Business Magazine, focuses specifically on the entrepreneurial spirit.
What the radio show does is allows small business owners to hear from other small business owners, from community leaders, from elected officials, about things that are relevant to their business, things that are affecting their business, and things that can help their business. They don't all have to be in one room. They don't have to attend a seminar in order to hear that. They don't have to go hear an elected official speak. They can just turn on the radio and listen to us giving them information that we know is relevant to their business.
Thank you so much.
I needed a bank that would look at me and look at the whole picture and not just a formula that was going to fit in a box, because I did not at the time. Pikes Peak saw my vision, they saw what I want, they saw the passion I had, and they knew that they would work with me.
Even as optimism is growing, there are still some difficult challenges facing community banks today. Due to poor banking practices of the big banks that shook our economy, the government has now increased regulation on all banks, regardless of size. These regulations have already toppled many community banks, and the challenges they create are now significant business hurdles for any community bank's survival. At the same time, increased competition from credit unions and expensive banking technologies are making the banking environment more competitive and costly.
The bank must remain relevant. It's hard for community banks coming out of the recession. The face of banking really changed, and so our relevance is important. We need customers to survive.
Whether it's funding a concept for a new restaurant or helping a business expand beyond its first location, these are real capital problems for startups and small businesses that big banks have no passion to help solve.
The neat thing about working with a local bank like Pikes Peak, it's almost like they're part of our business, being close. It's just like another division of our business where we can call and work out the issue that we have to meet our demands in business.
They looked at me, they looked at the passion I had, they looked at everything, they looked at my background, and they knew that I had a dream and they were going to do everything they could to support that. And they have, and they've continued to support me.
If you have $1 million idea but don't have that rich uncle to fund it, where can you turn? Community banks provide the opportunity to launch startups, fund entrepreneurs, and expand a small business. Banks like Pikes Peak National Bank understand what it takes to make a great idea succeed, and every day they are financing the big dreams of small business. For more information about Pikes Peak National Bank, go to ppnb.com.